Guys, I'm fixing to start my tortilla soup, but I'm gonna get a drink. I'm walking around with my phone right now. My son took Abby to the park, so she won't be in the kitchen with me right now. But I was just looking outside and it looks like it's about to pour down. I'm gonna turn my camera around so you can see outside. And I don't know how to do it without stopping it, so. See, it looks so dark outside. It's windy. My husband's working late again. Everything's green around here. We've been having to mow the yard once a week because of all the rain we've been getting. We've been getting a lot of rain here. It was trash day today, so everybody still got the trash cans out. Look at the big tree. It's just blowing everywhere. I know sometimes when it's real windy and you're out here with your telephone or whatever, you can't hardly hear. Hi, Daisy. Hi, Daisy. You want to go outside? Huh? You want to go outside? Come on. Let's go. I don't let her out front, guys, because she got hit by a car and broke her hip, and it cost us a lot of money. Not saying that I didn't cry my eyeballs out because I was scared she got hurt. Our backyard is always a mess. There's Abby's little playhouse, and we got that great big old swing back here that I've had for 100 years. It really needs to be mowed back here, and we still got some patches of bad grass right there. It usually gets really green, but the yard needs to be mowed, and there's toys everywhere. So let me turn this around. So I was going to get started on my tortilla soup since it's nice and quiet around the house. All the other girls are doing their thing in their bedrooms. So I'm gonna put my phone on my little stand and show y'all the ingredients, and then I'm going to measure everything out and show you like that instead of y'all having to just watch me while I measure and cut the garlic and all that stuff. That's kind of boring. But you know, whenever I'm looking in the camera like this, it looks like my eyeball is going off that way, like I have a wild eye or something. Does it to y'all? It's kind of weird. Okay, hold on, guys. It's kind of hard to show me and then show the countertop too. It has a lot of ingredients in it. It has chicken broth, it has cream cheese, it has shredded cheese, it has black beans, chickpeas, fire roasted tomatoes, it has rotel with diced tomatoes and green chilies. It's got paprika, cayenne pepper, cumin. I always put a little bit of this in there. It's just like a tomato seasoning. And let's see, and I already got my rotisserie chicken. And I have this thing here that I got from Temu that I've never tried out, so I'm going to try it out and see how well it works and see if it really shreds it. If it does, it's going to save me a lot of time. Now this chicken I don't know how much I'm allowed to put in there. Now this chicken, I got last night at the grocery store, so it's cold. Only thing is it don't stick down on the counter. Maybe I need to put like a rag underneath it. It should. It's got like these sticky things. Nope, that really don't work with the flip. Now, I seen Angela work this thing, and it looked so, she made it look so easy. Well, mine is not working like hers. She just put it in there and that thing started spinning, and she could spin it around and around. Why isn't mine doing that? Let's see what it's doing. It ain't doing nothing. Well, Angela, what am I doing wrong? Mine's not working. Is it because my chicken's cold? I mean, it is not working at all. She just put hers in there and it just started spinning so nice, and I thought, man, I have one of those. I'm going to get mine out and try that with my chicken tonight, but I can't get it to budge. Well, maybe she can tell me what I'm doing wrong. Well, that'll take me a week to get all that chopped up doing that way. I'm just going to have to chop it, guys. Let me see what it would do if I just put a little bit in there. She had a lot in there shredding it. Maybe it is because it's cold. I don't know. Yeah, see, that's how she done it. It just spinned around like that. But surely you'd be able to do more than just a tiny bit at a time. That'd take you forever. I got 2 whole chicken breast in here. Yeah, and it shreds it about like that. It's not really small shreds. I don't know. I don't know. I might just shred it by hand. That's a little better. Alright, well, I'll figure this out. I'm going to go ahead and, let me move my camera up. I'm going to go ahead and measure out all my stuff, and then after I measure out my stuff, I'll turn my camera back on. That way you don't have to wait until me measure everything out. But I'll tell you the measurements. If you want the recipe, I'll write the recipe down for y'all and put it in my description box. Even though I don't really go by recipe, but I'll tell you how I do it. So, I'll be right back. Okay, I think I figured it out. Let me move closer. You don't put a whole lot in it. You just kind of put it down in there. I guess I was putting too many big chunks. So I got it to working. Just spin it around. My husband has really been working a lot of long hours lately. But he doesn't get paid anymore for it. He's salary, so it's one bad thing about salary is you work a lot of hours. His brother owns the company, and his brother is on vacation right now. He went to, to one of the islands. I can't, St. John's. Is that right? So, I know they're having a good old time. This really did save me a lot of time, so this is a good deal, this chicken shredder. Last time I made this, I just made it just regular tortilla soup. But I was looking at some recipes, and I found one that said creamy tortilla soup. And all it was is just add some cream cheese and some shredded cheese to the recipe. So I'm gonna try that and see how that comes out. Guys, I'll just be cleaning as I go because that's how I cook. I can't cook in a big old mess. I have such little counter space. I have no counter space in this house. This house, I've been here for 26 years. I've been here, and we've almost redone a lot of stuff in the house. And one thing that we've never done, well, I mean, we've redone the kitchen far as painting the cabinets and putting new countertops in and new sink, new faucets, stuff like that, new tile. But far as enlarging it, no, we never have done that. We would have to build out on the back of the house because this right here would be the back of the house, and this way is it's my son's room / the laundry room because it was a garage, and we made it into a room because whenever I moved in, my mother moved here with me, and I had my 2 young boys, and they were real young. Samuel was just a year old, and Alex was 10. And so I was going through a divorce, and I was a first-time buyer, single parent. So I got it for $65. Excellent price. It appraises for I forgot what my husband said, 17 or something like that, or 25. I can't remember, but I couldn't imagine anybody paying 200 and something $1,000 for this house, because it's a 4-bedroom, 2-bath, but it's not big. I mean, it's big enough for us. Not really. I mean, I would love to have 4 bedrooms. I would love to have 6. I would love to have 6. That way everybody could have their own room, because 2 of the girls are in the room together. I need to put my glasses on because I gotta do up these and find my garlic. Get my garlic over here. I said I wasn't going to do this. I said I was just going to cut up my stuff and then clip it back on. That way you didn't have to wait on me to do all this. But I thought, well, I can just sit and chat with y'all for a while. Oh, Layla, she puts my stuff everywhere. When she puts away the dishes from the dishwasher, you never know where you're going to find stuff. H-E-B grocery store I got this from Temu and I really like it. It's a garlic deal that holds my garlic. HEB grocery store. You can buy pods of garlic that's already, you know, shelled and everything. And you don't have to do all this peeling. This is time consuming. This takes forever. And what I hate about it is it gets in your skin, your pores, and it stays with me forever. Like, what do y'all do to get the garlic smell off of your hands? Lemon? I've tried that. I've tried lemon. These are awfully small. Small little garlic pods. But I've tried lemon and Dawn. That's what I use anyway, Dawn. But it just stays with me. I wash my hands, wash. The garnish for this calls for cilantro, avocados. You put some more shredded cheese on top, and sour cream is like the garnish for the soup. Yeah, it takes forever for to do these pods. I tell you, time has really flown by fast with our vacation. I mean, usually when you're going on vacation, it creeps by, but I guess because I've been so busy, that's why it's passed by so fast, and now it seems like I'm pressed for time. I did call and reserve the big car that we're taking. We're having to rent like a 7 or 8 passenger vehicle, because I have a Traverse, a Ford Traverse, a Chevy Traverse, and my son has an Impala, and his car is not the best, so we would not dare let him drive and follow us that long a drive, because I would be scared something would go wrong. Plus my air conditioner's not working, which I'm gonna have that fixed. I'm gonna take it down this weekend whenever my husband can follow me down there and drop it off. Guys, I'll be right back. Okay. Calls for an onion. I was gonna put 2 onions in there because I'm gonna kind of put more ingredients in there than. And I could have sworn I bought a whole bag of onions, but I cannot find them. And they would only be in one place, and that's in the drawer in the refrigerator. So this just don't want to come off. What's wrong with it? So I was going to put some onions in it, but I know I bought another bag of onions when I went to the store. We use a lot of onions. And I had bought a bunch of big ones at the Mexican grocery store. And then whenever I went to Kroger, I thought I bought a big bag of sweet onions. Maybe I didn't. Just never know about me. I'm going to cut the pieces a little bit big. It calls for like a jalapeno, and then you put like 2 tablespoons of butter in the bottom of your pan, and you kind of saute the onions, the jalapeno, and the garlic in the pan. But I do not have a jalapeno. I don't have a fresh one. I have some pickled ones. You think that would work? I don't want to make it hot though, because I cannot handle hot. My son would love it, but I can't handle it. So I don't know how much one little jalapeno would. It would probably do a lot, you know it? You'd probably put a lot of heat. Depends on how hot the jalapeno is. Y'all are probably thinking, what in the world? Why are you cutting it so crazy? It's just the way I do it. I'm going to go ahead and get out the butter and put the 2 tablespoons of butter. I'm just going to cut a pat is what I'm going to do. Is just cut a pat of butter out. It's much easier. Kind of eyeball it myself. I'm terrible at following directions. I'm really bad at it. It's like my mother-in-law. I married whenever I had got with my first husband. I was 15 years old, and he was 16, and then we got married whenever I was 18 and he was 19, and so I didn't really know how to cook that well. And his mother taught me a lot. My mom taught me a lot too, but my mother and my stepfather, my dad died whenever I was 8 years old, kidney failure, and my mom remarried, and they owned a restaurant in a little town in Boyd, Texas, and she was gone all the time. They were always at work. They would leave, way like 5 o'clock in the morning, because it was about an hour away from where we lived. And they would stay all day, all evening, and then get home after dark. Well, she worked all the time. And then they had to sell the restaurant because my stepdad got cancer. So he couldn't do it anymore. He was a chef in he retired chef in the Army. So, whenever he retired chef from the Army, and then he went to work for this meat company, and he retired from there, and then they bought the restaurant, and they worked out there until he couldn't work anymore. And so she went to work at that time at Safeway. She ended up retiring from Safeway, but she always worked. My mother always worked. She worked whenever she was with my dad, because my dad was sick a lot, and he was always in the Veterans Hospital. So my mother was always working. I'm going to put these onions in here and let them saute a little bit in that butter and cut up my garlic. So I'll show you this. This is not the one from Timu, but it's just like it. You just put these things and just smash them like that. and it makes it so much easier. Makes it so much easier. So, where was I going with that? Oh, well, so my mother, she really, she worked so much, she didn't cook a whole lot at the house. And, of course, I had, a lot of brothers and sisters, and they kind of took care of me while my mom worked. But, so whenever I married Terry, my husband, his daddy, his mother never did work, and she taught me a lot of stuff, how to cook. And she was an excellent cook. Still is. She still is. But that's how she cooked. She never did make anything twice the same. She'd find a recipe or whatever that she liked, and then she'd make it her own. It's kind of what I do. I don't never make anything the same. Turn this down some. But that's hard on the ears, isn't it? Hope this is enough garlic. It should be. These pods were so small. Smells really good in here. Really good. Sorry about that. Cooking the onions and the garlic really makes things smell good. I'm going to just throw this garlic in my pan over here. Stir it around for a second. Uh-oh. Try not to do that. I know that's hard on your ears. I think what I might do is throw in a little bit of my, just throw in some of my minced garlic. My son, if he would see me do this, is like, Mom! Because he does not like to use minced garlic that's already in a jar. I don't know why. If I can get the jar open, guys, goodness. But he likes to use fresh garlic, which I think this is fresh. I mean, I'm just going to add a little bit more. I mean, it is fresh. It's just already chopped up and minced for you. Easy peasy. Throw that around. Smells amazing. I'm not going to add that jalapeno, but I am going to add some cayenne and some chili pepper and some cumin. Get my little measuring spoons over here. I am going to put in 2 teaspoons of cumin, and let me put in a teaspoon of paprika, and I'm just going to put in like a half of a teaspoon of cayenne. And it calls for taco seasoning, which I don't have. So I am going to just put in some chili seasoning. And I think that that will be fine. I'm going to add in a little bit, guys. So that's that. Let me move this off for a second. I'm going to go ahead and put in the broth. It calls for a lot of broth, but that's what the soup is going to be. It calls for 5 cups, and I'm going to add a little bit more. Oh my gosh, I'm messy. This is 2 cups. It's my new glass deal from Temu. These are about a 4 cup box is what that is. So now I know. So it calls for 5, and I'm going to make more. So I'm going to just put this whole container in because I'm making more soup. So that is actually 8 cups that I'm putting in there. And I'm going to grab my frozen corn. I bought some of this kind of corn. It's fire roasted corn that you get in the freezer department. And that's what I'm going to use for my corn instead of using corn out of a can. Because I think that it has a better taste, in my opinion. So I'm going to go ahead and add that. No, before I add that, I'm sorry, I'm going to go ahead and add these spices so I can get it mixed up really good. I hope y'all are liking my video, and let me turn it over here on my stove where you can kind of see my pot. Can you see my pot? Yeah. So I just thought this would be something different. I'm always doing Temu. Always doing Temu. And like I said, I'm running out of stuff to buy because I don't need anything. And I'm really trying to save money and not spend so much. I've got everything I need as far as buying stuff for the trip. I don't know, probably the baby. And buying my stuff for the trip and the bags that I need and the suitcases and all that good stuff. So I really don't need anything. I'm going to add in the diced tomatoes. With green chilies. I'm going to add in my fire roasted tomatoes. And I'm going to put in my corn because it is frozen. I hope my pot's big enough, guys. Because I got a lot of stuff that I'm adding. I love the corn. Sadie's favorite part is the chickpeas.
And tomatoes. Don't forget about the tomatoes.
Yeah, she loves the fire roasted tomatoes. She likes all of it. She really likes this soup a whole lot. I guess this is probably her favorite. So it's really not much to it. I mean, it's just opening cans and adding everything together and putting the seasonings and the that's about it. And I was just gonna make it heartier by adding kind of doubling my recipe because there is a lot of us that eats it. Right, Sadie?
Yeah.
I'm going to stop this for a second because I'm going to use the can opener and I don't want it to drive y'all nuts. Okay, guys, guess what I had to do? I had a huge, let me put my camera up, son. I had a huge silver pot that I always use that I put to my, cook like any kind of soup that I was cooking. Well, one of my son's, Abigail's mother was over here before Abby was born, and she made some chicken dumplings. She scorched my pan. And so I ended up throwing it away. She kept saying, I'm going to get another one, I'm going to get another one. And I never got another one. So,
Oh, look what I got for you.
thank you, love bug. So I ended up having to split the soup in twos. But that's okay because one of them I was going to make regular and the other one I was going to make with the cheese and the cheesy, the creamy. So I'm making one creamy and one regular. And we'll see how that works. Oh, you got fried ice cream?
Try it.
No. He went and got some fried ice cream.
I just spent way too much money.
Alright, are you gonna eat supper?
Oh, a little bit. What, it's still good tomorrow?
Yeah. See, they said I could, the soup that I'm making, they said it stays in the refrigerator for like, I think they said a week. But if you want to freeze it, you can freeze it up to 3 months. It freezes really good. Which I never really freeze anything because everything goes here. I'm going to put these dishes up in my dishwasher while I am talking to y'all.
I'm never taking any part again.
So,
Ice cream. Ice cream.
putting all this away,
It's good
getting it clean. So, my son and the baby just came in. So that's him that you're hearing. And there, voila. Voila, it's done. Dishes are done. So, isn't that great about a dishwasher? You just rinse them off and put them in there. Spoon. There you go. I love wooden spoons. My son, he loves to cook too, but he does not like to cook with wooden spoons. But I love them. I love to cook with wooden spoons. I like them for one thing is they don't scratch your pans up.
When is it gonna be done?
Will you put this up, please, in the cabinet?
Like blocking this pushing.
I'm talking to Sadie. Sadie's in here, but she never gets in front of the camera.
My bad, I don't like being exploited on the internet.
Oh gosh, exploited. What? So earlier, whenever I had to get off for a minute, you know what I had to do? Had to go adjust this stupid thing. Like, I shouldn't have to go glue this thing in my mouth 4 times a day. Like, it's not normal.
When done.
Huh? It needs to boil and everything needs to marry together.
Mary sounds.
So, anyway, I am in one of my soups. I'm going to add the cheddar.
It's pointless though because after the soup is done, you can put it in after.
Yeah, well you can. I'm going to go ahead and cut up the garnish too. Instead of measuring it out, I think that a handful would be like a cup. So I'm going by my own measurements
Usually a handful is a cup.
and putting in calls for 2 cups. So that is my 2 cup right there. And it calls for some softened cream cheese. And then I'm going to cut up my cilantro and my avocados and get my sour cream out.
I don't see point in that, but that's whatever.
So, and that's that. I hope that this is softened enough, guys. I'm only gonna, it calls for like 2/3, so I'm measuring it, my own little measurement. And you see how it works out. It's supposed to be creamy tortilla soup. So we're gonna see
Tortilla
how.
soup usually is creamy.
No, honey, it's not creamy. It's,
Yes, it is, because you can put cream cheese and cheese in after it's done.
yeah, you can do that. You're right.
It's up to preference.
Yeah, it's your preference. That's right. So this one is gonna already be kind of creamy.
It's,
Hmm.
it's coming off the stove.
It's fine. It's fine. All right. So I'm gonna cut up all of my garnish stuff, and then after everything gets done and we put it in a bowl, I'll let y'all take a look at it and see how it comes out. And then you add like tortilla chips in it, or you can eat it with flour tortillas if you want, or corn. So that is my tortilla soup. I'll show you the end results in just a minute. Okay guys, this is it. The finished product. This is the creamy tortilla soup with all the fixings, and I'll just let you see over here because Sadie won't let me look at her bowl, I'm sure, and that is the one that is not creamy with no cheese. So yum yum yummy. And we are all fixing to eat supper. I hope y'all enjoyed my video, and I will talk to y'all real soon. Bye for now.